All right, so we need to talk about whether or not it is actually going to be beneficial to be summoning for Hyacine currently. And I know that the banner is going to be going away in a couple days, and she is going to be replaced by Boot Hill, which honestly, I actually urge people not to summon on Boot Hill. I know he is a fan favorite. A lot of people really like him, but if you are a player who wants like a pure break team, then just get Firefly and Dahlia whenever she comes back, because Firefly is getting a Nova Flame. But anyways, moving aside from that, is Hyacin actually worth it? And the easy answer is to say yes. With the release of SW9s and Evanescia in 4.2, we are going to be mainly focusing on Elation teams at that given point, with them really running amok in the meta. And honestly, it doesn't matter which team you use. I'm not talking in terms of DPS, I'm just talking team wise. You're primarily focused on an Elation team with either of them. So that takes up one team slot if you want to be running endgame content, and you have another team slot and or two depending on whichever endgame mode you're going to be playing. And while I do think that in terms of raw damage numbers, SW9's team is going to be extremely good, especially with vertical investment, what is another team that is going to be primarily used? Well, guess what? It's going to be the pink hair squad. Pink hair plus Castrus squad, right? It is going to be the remembrance team, and even currently it is still the best team in the game, bar none, at similar investment levels to other teams. Remembrance is still top tier, and you have a DPS character, you have a DPS character, you have a supporting character, and then you have the healer on the team, because the team focuses on HP, to reduce HP, to recover HP, everything. And you also have Fat Ika doing all the damage with the follow-ups. But when I talk about the significance of a supporting character, I'm talking about strictly for the fact that she is actually just stupid busted and really good. This is a separate video I'm not going to be talking about right now because it is coming out in a couple days. But in terms of actual value, I do think Hyacin actually jumps up to A tier. If we go ahead and look at Pride One, I know it's not like the end all be all when it comes to tier lists, but we can just look at the sustain options, right? Hyacin is right there for MOC, right? Pure Friction, tier 0. APOC, tier 0. Hyacin just does so much, not only for a remembrance team, but let's say you want to be running Blade, right? You are a Blade enjoyer, you really like Blade. Well, guess what? He is focused on HP as well. He wants to lose HP, he will be gaining it back, but boom, this works perfectly well. Or let's say you want to be running Jingliu, right? Another HP character, guess what? Boom, they work together, right? And obviously you have the very stereotypical remembrance team, but let's say you want to be running older characters who maybe aren't as tanky, or who maybe, you know, will die a lot easier to said character. You want to be running Jing Yuan, you want to be running Dan Heng, Baibu, or Lune. Well, guess what? You have Hyacin, who provides so much healing while also providing DPS. And she's in a very interesting position because of the fact that if we look at our sustaining options, which are currently, you know, quote unquote top tier characters, I had to look for him, then you're looking at these big four. This is the end all be all when it comes to sustaining options and characters who will heal a boatload. Let me just double check, make sure I didn't miss anything or any, you know, possibility of missing someone, right? But we're talking pure sustaining capabilities, and maybe you could, like, you're an alternative but for like a break team, right? You're looking at these four essentially, and when it comes to what they do, you have an attack buffer, you have a shielder while also providing some attack capabilities with the Lushaka set. I do think it is probably the best set to use on him. And you also have a follow-up shielder, but he's a little slower with character or with enemies maybe not hitting everybody. And then you have a very consistent, reliable option when it comes to follow-up attacks, decent amount with the fat Ika, and then you also have a very, very good amount of healing with the skill and the ultimate. I do think if you are somebody who wants to go for a remembrance team or need to complete a remembrance team, and what exactly does that look like, right? Well, it's going to be, like I said, these 4 monsters on the same team. Best team in the game. Hyacine is definitely going to be worth it. And not only that, but her light cone is arguably like a secondary character in and of itself, and what it does is it's going to be increasing the wearer's speed, and whenever you use a basic skill or ultimate, consumes all allies HP equal to 1% of their current HP. So again, on the remembrance team, a team who thrives on having their HP reduced, right, for Castress and for Evernight to help boost Netherwing and help boost, you know, the jellyfish, can't think of the name right now, Envy. It's gonna just make it absolutely stupid. Then additionally, right, where is this? Okay, so, or, you know, and after the next attack of the wearer's member sprite, so Ika, and it enables it to additionally deal 1 instance of additional damage. So you're looking at sustainability capabilities while also reducing everybody's HP to further enhance the 2 DPS characters. And Ika is also going to be doing damage multiple times, right? So that is very, very good. Then right here, then when the total consumed HP is reset when the wearer's member sprite uses its skill, increases damage dealt by all allies. So you have a full separate, essentially another character on top of what Hyacine is doing already for the team. She is an absolute must-summon character for anybody who wants a fully invested remembrance team, which honestly probably won't be going anywhere anytime soon, to compete with a elation-centric meta, and you have a full team completely maxed. Honestly, if you don't have Hyacine, you should be summoning regardless. Even if you have the full remembrance team or not, she is a character you absolutely should be summoning for, because she's arguably the best character in the entire game.